Not all Seikos are created equal. Some are straight up legends. Others, overhyped, overpriced, and totally not worth your wrist space. Well, today we're cutting through the chaos. I'm going to show you which Seikos are absolute stealth killers, the underdogs, the hidden gems, and which Seikos you should totally skip, no matter how hyped they are. So, buckle up. This is a straight-up Seiko survival guide. The Seiko trap. Looks can be deceiving. Okay, let's set the record straight. Not all Seikos are created equal. Some are legends. Some are, well, let's just say, design experiments gone rogue. The number one mistake people make? Falling for looks without checking the movement. I get it. You walk into a store, you see a shiny Seiko with a skeleton dial and a price that's under your sneaker budget, and you think, score! But hold up. That's probably a fashion line Seiko. Quartz, generic movement, made more for vibes than horological value. Let me introduce the Seiko trap. Models that look spicy on the outside, but are hollow inside. Take the Seiko 5 SNK809. Legendary status on watch forums. Yeah, it's a gateway piece. Yeah, it was a deal for years. But look under the hood. It runs the 7S26 movement, which doesn't hack or hand wind. You can't set it precisely, and it only charges with motion. Well, that's fine for some, but in 2025, you deserve better. And that's where the newer Seiko 5 Sports SRPD line comes in, including the SRPD012. Same price range, but now we're talking 4R36 movement, which of course hacks and hand winds. That means a more interactive, more precise watch. It feels alive, not like a passive hunk of metal just chilling on your wrist. Don't fall for the glow up. Some Seikos look hot, but they fizzle fast, while others might seem simple, but underneath they have got legit mechanical DNA that'll age like fine whiskey. Now, moving on to the don't buy just because it's JDM. So here's the unfiltered truth. Just because a Seiko is labeled JDM, meaning Japanese domestic market, that doesn't automatically make it watch royalty. I know the term sounds exotic, like some secret level of horology that's unlocked only by elite collectors, but hold up. JDM doesn't always mean rare, premium, or even better. Sometimes it just means different SKU, same spaghetti. Let's talk about the SARB033. It truly deserves the hype. It's discontinued now, which adds to the mystique, but it earned its stripes while it was around. This thing has serious Grand Seiko energy. A clean, elegant dial, that brushed and polished finishing that Seiko used to really care about, and the 6R15 movement that was solid for the price point. But then there's the other side of the JDM coin. Stuff like the Seiko Spirit line, or some JDM exclusive colorways. Are they good watches? Sure. But are they better just because you had to import them with a sketchy eBay seller and a Google Translate shopping cart? Not always. Sometimes the only thing that's quote-unquote exclusive about these models is the color. And let's be real, if it came out worldwide, no one would bat an eye. It's the horological equivalent of paying triple for a limited edition soda can with a Pikachu on it. So here's the rule I live by. Would this still be cool if it was sold in every department store? If the answer is no, well then you're not chasing value, you're just chasing rarity for rarity's sake. Always check the movement, the case finishing, the crystal material, and the dimensions. Don't let a Japanese release label fool you into thinking that you're buying a hidden gem. Now, moving on to this Seiko's a sleeper hit. Let me hit you with a curveball that even seasoned collectors miss. Look into the Seiko SZSB line, particularly the SZSB012. This is a Japan-only piece that people sleep on hard. You know why? Because it's basically an SARB clone, minus the hype and price inflation. Here's the real tea. The SZSB012 is basically a stealth mode SARB035. Same 40mm case size, the same clean professional dial aesthetic, that minimalist, no-nonsense look. And here's the twist. While the SARB has long been discontinued and now fetches inflated prices on the secondary market, the SZSBO12 quietly offers a similar experience without that collector tax. It's powered by the Seiko 4R35 movement, featuring hacking and hand winding, a significant upgrade over older calibers like the 7S26, and perfectly reliable for daily wear. You won't find this on flashy display shelves. Yes, acquiring one requires effort, Japanese retailers, proxy services, maybe some hunting on niche forums, but that's part of the charm. It's not a mass market item. It is a well-kept secret among collectors who value design, proportion, and mechanical integrity over hype. The SZSBO12 isn't loud, but it doesn't need to be. It's a quiet achiever, the kind of watch that earns respect not because it shouts, but because it speaks clearly to those who understand what makes a Seiko truly great. Seiko modifications. When to customize and when to leave it alone. Let's talk customization. Seiko is arguably the most mod-friendly brand in the watch world. It's the logotechnic of horology. Bezels, dials, hands, crystals, movements, nearly everything's on the table. But here's the real question. Just because you can mod it, should you? Here's the golden rule. Only mod a watch if the foundation is solid. Take something like a $70 Seiko 5 with an acrylic crystal and 30 meters of water resistance. Slapping a domed sapphire on it might make it feel fancy, but at its core, it's still a casual beater. It's like putting carbon fiber trim on a go-kart. Yeah, it looks cool, but that doesn't suddenly make it track ready. Now, flip that. Think of something like the SKX007. It's discontinued now, but it is legendary in the modding scene. People have transformed the SKX into everything from faux submariners to minimalist field watches to wild sci-fi builds. Why? Well, because the SKX had a rock-solid case, 200 meters of water resistance, and endless aftermarket support. It was a blank canvas with purpose. More recently, the SRPE51 has become a fan favorite base for mods. It's got classic proportions, a clean dial, that 4R36 movement, and drilled lugs, meaning that it is begging for a bracelet swap, a crystal upgrade, or even a full dial rebuild. You can lean sporty or go dressy. It wears both hats easily. But let's be honest here. Not every Seiko is made to be tinkered with. If you're picking up something like the SPB143, the Presage Sharp Edge, or a Cocktail Time, do yourself a favor and leave it untouched. These watches were designed with intention. Modding them would be like repainting a Monet. Some pieces are better enjoyed as is. So ask yourself this. Is this watch missing something that a mod can fix? Or am I just changing it because I can? The best mods elevate a solid design. The worst ones try to disguise a weak one. Modding a Seiko can be incredibly rewarding, a creative outlet that turns a mass market watch into something uniquely yours. Just make sure that the canvas is worth the paint. The Seikos that look better online than in real life. We've all been catfished by online watch photos. Seiko's press shots can be downright misleading, and sometimes even better than reality. Glossy dials, perfectly balanced lighting, and angles make any timepiece look like it belongs in a museum. But here's the reality check. Some Seikos don't quite live up to their online presence when they're on your actual wrist. Take the beloved Presage Cocktail Time series. On screen, they're absolutely stunning. Those radiant sunburst dials seem to capture liquid light, and the naming alone. But in person, different story for some. Now, the issue isn't the craftsmanship, it's the balance. Certain models in the Cocktail Time line can feel overly flashy and borderline too polished. And then there's the other side of the spectrum, Seiko's rugged Prospex divers. Watches like the SBDC061 look like absolute units online, bold, clean, and professional. But once you strap it on, you might be surprised. These watches wear bigger than you'd expect. The thickness, the long lugs, and the heavy case can be overwhelming, especially on wrists that are under 7 inches. So the key takeaway here, always check wrist shots and real-life user reviews before pulling the trigger. Specs alone don't tell the whole story. A watch that reads 44 millimeters might wear like a 46. A dial that looks balanced in macro shots might feel cramped at the actual scale. Wrist size matters, not because of style rules, but because of comfort and confidence. So in short, don't trust the press photos blindly. So the next time that you're eyeing a Seiko, pause and ask yourself, am I buying smart or am I just buying shiny? Because Seiko gives you options, legendary ones, if you know where to look. Don't fall for the first pretty face on the display case. Dig deeper, hunt smarter, and flex harder. Smash that like button if you learned something new today. Also, make sure to subscribe and tell me in the comments which Seiko you're rockin' or eyeballing. And of course, catch you next time.